of 7 in our second to last match of the day. The winner of this earns the right to go face Mana in the grand finals. So here we are in the bottom left hand side of the map, representing Triumphant Song Gaming. It's souL.
And in the top right, he looked real good last series. This one's going to be a struggle. It is souL. Like no shenanigans, no proxies. Apparently that's only a special thing these days.
Mm-hmm. I have a hard time believing we won't see some proxies this series from souL, as it is a best of 7. But honestly, souL seems to be so good at stopping 2-Raxes. As he plays versus guys like Cure all the time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain level of, I don't think this can work against the player that I'm up against right now, but there's the mind games, right?
There is
Like
indeed.
if I'm not going to do it, they know I'm not going to do it, so they're not going to bother to prepare for it at all. Maybe if I do it and they don't see it coming, that changes what's going on here.
Yeah,
It's
but
all complicated.
it's like an online cup. It's always going to be in the back of a Zerg player's mind. Because, like, it happens so much. As it's just one of those builds Terran throws out there. And, like, I think it's honestly just, like, so predictable at this point. I was watching the tail end of Starcraft, which was, like, an awesome event, by the way. I just want to say. And the Future was talking about that. He's like, no, I don't think 2-Rax is good versus Zerg. And all the casters were like, what? And I honestly agree. Like, I think in big tournaments, we see 2-Rax fail more than it wins at this point.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like we saw a lot of that stuff at Home Story Cup succeed, BlizzCon succeed.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much at Nation Wars, but... I mean, I'm not saying it's worked a lot, but... we'd have to look at the numbers. I'm sure somebody has stats on that.
Probably. I mean, I honestly just think if it's 2020 at this point and you're a Zerg getting surprised by 2-Rax...
Where have you been?
Yes, where have you been the past 10 years? Literally. Because we are there at 10 years of StarCraft 2 at this point. Holy cow.
That's insane. Like when Brood War was 10 years old, it felt so long. This feels short.
Have you been here since the beginning of StarCraft 2?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're an OG.
Day one.
I was a little bit late. Like 2014 when I really got into the scene. 2013, 2014.
Uh-huh. Part of the swarm.
Part of the swarm, yeah. What a time to pick up the game. It's amazing I stayed. No, I was one of those, I guess, psychopaths who liked Swarm Host.
Yeah,
Siege
Swarm
tanks.
Host mech.
You tune into, like, Twitch, one game's going on, you got entertainment for, like, the next 2 hours. It was great.
I mean, that's some pretty efficient entertainment there.
It is. I mean, if you were a tournament org, I definitely wouldn't be organizing tournaments back in Heart of the Swarm. As who wants to sit through all that? We'd have to wake up at like midnight to cast this, not 5 a.m.
But yeah, I mean, I was one of those guys watching the beta videos for StarCraft 2. I couldn't believe it when they actually said they were doing it. I was like, this is a dream.
That must have been so exciting.
Because everybody always made jokes, right? Like, haha, StarCraft 2, haha. It's been years and years. There's no way.
Well, it was definitely time for it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And here we are, 10 years later, the game better than ever. The players
time for StarCraft 3.
better than ever. Well, maybe in 3 years.
Maybe.
As Blizzard just did their thing. Maybe Blizzard will have kind of settled a little bit in 3 years' time.
Maybe.
Maybe they'll have been able to convince all their RTS people that left to come back. Who knows?
That'd be nice.
1-1 on the way for souL. He is just macroing up, just going for a lair now. All the while souL has gone 3cc, double eBay, so very, very macro-oriented himself, and this is what I wanted to see.
Macroing Terran is always a good time. Reminds me of one game where this guy on a ladder, he was Terran expended like 6 times in the first, I want to say, 4 minutes, and just had no units. And I was like, this is really weird. But then he won. It was great.
Huh.
So expanding is good. That's what I learned from that.
It's generally good. Like, there are timings in which throwing up like an expansion is a bad idea. But for the most part, like, once the game's kind of in the mid-game, like, throwing up another expand is not necessarily going to kill you.
Well, I mean, the trick here is not getting punished, right? Mm-hmm. You can expand all you want as long as the other player lets you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was my strategy in Brood War for the longest time, was just make a million bases because my friends weren't good enough to punish it.
Yeah, just run.
Then I played ladder and they were like, no?
Yeah.
You can't make 8 bases? Sorry? Aw, that's very disappointing.
Yeah, that must have been a bummer.
So we got a little bit of pressure here, some Hellions, some Marines, not much going on, not much dying for either player at this stage. 10 more Lings in production. The Banelings exist from souL, which, gotta love those Banes. Trying to spread creep out this way, which can be hard to do, especially if souL's gonna dart on in here and pick off your tumors.
He keeps doing that. We take a look here as well. souL does notably have quicker upgrades, so he's already got his 1-1, his 2-2 is on the way. We're going to be seeing a counterattack go down for souL. Now, this could be absolutely lethal as souL's wall is down. These Marines in trouble. Keep in mind, these are 1-1 Lings, whereas souL does not have his upgrades yet. There is going to be SCV losses in mass amounts here. souL is just got to try and get everything he can out, but he's in a lot of trouble here. Taking 10 SCV losses, he's been pressured to further his own aggression as a countermeasure. And he's doing all right with it for the most part, but back at home, 13 SCV is gone.
Why was the door open, LaughNgamez?
I don't know. souL, I guess, is usually covered by his production, but souL committed a lot to that counterattack at that time. Then the 5 Marines he had at the door were not enough. Great timing from souL, however. This has allowed souL to pressure on his own a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's actually going to get that much done. It looks like it will be repelled now, and the game will probably stabilize from here.
These 1-1 Lings are just doing so well against these smaller number of Marines. No tank support, no nothing. Yeah, holds on to his base, holds on to his 4th, still at 74 workers, souL's at 59. Not a great place to be. Making 32 more Lings is souL. He's planning on being ready for this further aggression from souL.
Yeah, the creep is being cleaned up, continuously pushed by souL, so he is being very active out on the map. However, still gotta be careful and avoid those Banes. It's also important to note, while souL is investing in a 4th command center, he's gonna be behind on upgrades for the foreseeable future here, as he just fires up his +2 attack, his +2 armor not even started, and souL's 2-2 is about to finish. A rare sight for the Zerg to have such an upgrade lead.
Lings cruising in, off creep, trying to engage. Look at him just deciding this is what he wants to do.
Yeah, the
engage off creep against Terran. That'll do, man.
Really helping him there.
Unloading, trying to kill a queen, maybe a couple drones. Just trying to do whatever he can to keep souL on this side of the map.
Yeah, souL is dropping all over the place like a machine, getting some more drones, dropping the 4th base of the Zerg. And he really is capitalizing on the fact that there isn't any mutas or hydras.
Right. He was attacking his own hatch for a second there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was. souL is... There it is. souL is at 65 workers to 71 for souL. souL was down like 20 workers, and suddenly he's back even. Mule's pretty good. Just did not stop making SCVs to recover from this.
No.
As we say, Terran is not dead until they're dead, and this recovery's been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he took a fair bit of damage to that counterattack, which sent him back a bit, but by no means was he out of it, and we are seeing souL trying to keep coming further and further back in this game as he's dropping all over the place. He's going to be getting up his own 4th base, starts up a 5th base immediately. I love to see this. Like, the chances of souL are actually just killing souL outright because he invests in this 5th base right now isn't that high. Whereas the benefit that it's going to give souL having a much quicker 5th base than usual is immense. So it's great to see souL committing to this.
Paying off big time here for him. souL has so many Zerglings.
He does. He's just playing like literally mass Ling. 151 Lings.
151 Lings and 10 Banelings. With an Ultralisk Cavern on the way, Adrenal Glands coming up, and +3 armor for those units.
souL has successfully defended all the aggression that's come his way from this. Now another drop going to be moving across the map, and this is actually souL just being a little bit nuts here. Just going to kind of boost this Medivac in. I believe he's got Drilling Claws, so these mines will burrow extra quick. souL's got to be careful with his 110 Lings. Oh my gosh.
Okay, not bad.
Split.
Not bad. Great control. That was disgusting from souL.
When you're playing just mass Lings, Widow Mines are not your friend.
No. As someone who's lost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Zerglings to Widow Mines, yes, you're right. In one game.
I believe it. I wholeheartedly believe it. Now, souL, just with his massive worm of Lings moving across the map, it's just like a snake moving across. He's reached into Ultras, so he's going to have this very chaotic style. Lings and Banes can pretty much just crash in every location. souL's now got to be careful with his Medivacs as well, as there is Vipers out. But, I mean, we take a look here right now. souL, he's able to start getting up his 5th base that he invested in earlier, so he's going to be able to reap the reward from that. He's building up more CCs. He's got a wall with the Widow Mines behind it. He's got bunkers up, Liberators up. He should be in a pretty good spot to play this game out since he's already going into Ghosts.
Oof. Big explosions on the Widow Mines, but not many kills. Kind of a big deal here. Yeah, the Ghosts are needed here. If there were no Ghosts, souL would just be dead with all the Marines he's got, and the Ultras are on the field.
Yeah, souL does have a lot of Marines. 46. I wouldn't mind seeing him trade some of those out at some point soon and mix in more Marauders and things, because it becomes impossible to split your Marines efficiently after a certain point when there's so many Banelings out. A lot of Widow Mines for souL too. A very good number of Widow Mines. 14 out on the map currently. He's building yet another command center. So he's just going into the late game, and this is what I wanted to see. Whether souL's macro from practicing with the best European Zergs is going to allow him to take on someone like souL.
I mean, he's holding his own here for a lot longer than I expected him to after that early Ling attack killed so many of his SCVs.
Yeah, another drop going to be moving into the top left-hand side of the map. souL trying to secure this base. It might get canceled or killed here.
Down. Wow, that was close. Got it.
Liberator harassment as well.
Is he just using Vipers for anti-air right now?
Yep.
Kind of insane.
souL, another base kill. Nicely done. His drops are insane. Just non-stop all over the map.
souL's refusal to build Corruptors or Mutas is kind of nuts right now.
Yeah, and he does have a Spire.
Oh, he does. Make some stuff, though, guy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he just wants, like, a ton of ground army so that he can kind of crash in and spill into souL's base if he wants to.
But if you're swinging around defending all the time, it's not a good place to be.
souL's lack of attack is actually kind of impressive this game, how he is just playing the defensive style, but with the more aggressive set of units, with the mass Lings, with the Ultras, which usually are aggressive units. And he's really just defending on his side of the map with this composition, which is kind of curious. Also shows some level of respect for the fact that souL is super entrenched here.
Yeah, I mean, that setup of Widow Mines, again, Widow Mine shots ignore armor. They're pretty good against Ultras that way. The supply depot's messing up pathing there too. Zergling's not doing much. Drop does get shut down by the Queens, so there, I guess there's Queen for anti-air. And a Nidus network getting started now too.
Okay, souL now looking to maybe push out onto the map. He's got a couple of ghosts. I'm not sure what he's looking for with these ghosts.
Oh, well, they're all dead, so nothing now.
Just 2 ghosts dying there. The rest of the Marines quickly say, nope, hard nope. as they turn around, and it looks like we're going to be entering the nuke stage of the game. As souL, he's got multiple nukes, multiple ghosts. He's just going to be trying to hit solar all over the place now. And we'll see how well that's going to work out for him, as you do have to be careful as a Terran nuking, as you can quickly burn through all your resources, and then all of a sudden just have traded horribly inefficiently. Now, souL does have himself a pretty good bank. He's got like 3k minerals, a decent chunk of gas. Solar, though, 8k minerals, quite a bit of gas, and is about to Nidus souL here, who hasn't really noticed this. Oh, look at this, too. While the Nidus is going on in the main base, solar simultaneously is going to be pushing in multiple locations. Now, the minefield is going to give him some grief.
He just nuke, defensive nuke.
Defensive nuke, that's going to hit his own command center.
It sure is. So the Lings do get cleaned up inside the main base, but just barely. Ow, alright. Don't see that every day.
Stop command center abuse.
Guess.
Oh, this command center. It's dead. Possibly because it got nuked.
It was a contributing factor.
It definitely, it would have lived a little bit longer if it hadn't been nuked by souL. So souL maybe wants to calm down a little bit on the nukes in that front. However, he is still going for his aggressive nukes.
Woo.
Owns a couple of overlords. However, he loses a ghost. He loses the other nuke that it was calling in. So you gotta be really respectful of the resources you're committing to this. Resources lost currently neck and neck, and the longer the game goes, the more it is about that efficiency. Unless one of these players does go for a kill move, most likely the Zerg trying to kill the Terran outright, as it's more about souL trying to outlast and whittle down the Zerg in the long run. Another Nidus being called in as well.
Good try, Nidus Storm.
Solar, by the way, is on 90 drones, which is very, very notable. It's going to allow him to mine out his side of the map ASAP. souL, of course, doesn't need as many because he's got the mules. Widow mines going off as Solar looking to push on in towards this location. Lings having themselves a bad time as they crash on in, but souL does have to respond to this. Like his bunker is being busted. The Baneling's rolling on in, gonna own some of the SCVs.
Another Nidus Storm comes up right in the face of the army. I mean, that's just cheeky, was what that is.
That is incredibly cheeky, and some Lings pop out as well.
We didn't kill all the supply depots in this wall. Hold on.
Solar just popped out 3, that's it.
And he got the supply depot. That's nuts. Where's souL's attention right now?
I don't know. It's all over the map.
It is. There is creep. Speaking of everything all over the map, creep is everywhere on the map.
souL's gonna be nuking once again.
This is such a bad situation for Terran when there's creep everywhere. Vision exists everywhere. Speed boosts everywhere. Anywhere you go, you're gonna get intercepted by something.
souL just calling in nukes willy-nilly at this point. I mean,
kind of the innovation style.
I like to see the willingness just to throw out a ton of nukes, but
Woo! That's why this mass link style is not super great the longer the game goes on.
Looks like souL using his nukes is gonna try and zone the Zerg out so he can take the top left. All the while the bottom right-hand side of the map is being left mostly for now. Solar's mining a little bit down at this base here. Also going for another counterattack, but the bunkers here for souL are going to shred through these. The Ultralisk, I don't know if these guys are going to be able to stop them. These Ultras.
Man, they're dead, but got a lot of stuff done before they died.
Yeah, they didn't do too bad for themselves. souL's command
centers floating about willy-nilly.
They do have building armor, but they cannot stand up against this many corruptors, so...
Just can't defend themselves is really the problem here.
Cannot.
Planetary fortresses should be able to fly, yeah.
Then shoot air units when they lift off.
That would be
amazing. That'd be fantastic. You'd never need to build another turret again.
Oh, that'd be so great. I say that from a Zerg perspective. I just think it'd be hilarious.
Just the graphic of a planetary fortress trying to lift off.
flying around, slowly shooting stuff, slowly.
Just a wave of PFs moving across the map.
Planetary fortress rushing would take on a whole new meaning.
Base trades would have a whole new meaning too.
Yeah. So resources lost here pretty even, which is not good for the Terran. If you're even in resources lost with the Zerg after 20 minutes, you're not in a great spot.
I wholeheartedly agree, seeing as how souL has more access to these bases.
Yeah.
I mean, let's take a look at the army value as well. It's pretty neck and neck for the most part, but once again, we are seeing souL throw away resources into these nukes. Like, every nuke he invests, it's not just the 100 from the nuke, because the ghost dies like 9 times out of 10 as well.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep that guy alive after that happens.
souL, of course, going for his own Nidus commitments, but they are
okay,
not
this is crazy.
expensive.
We just have nukes and Niduses going down all over the place.
Oh, this
Engagements
nuke.
in multiple places at once. Last second pull from souL,
nice
saving that drone
souL.
line.
The mass
Ghost
lurker
gets out.
as well.
Ghost gets
souL.
out.
Oh.
Oh! Oh, no.
Okay,
There's
yeah,
no
that's
way.
not happening.
Yeah. That would have been game-changing. Wow.
Oh. Dead Ultra, maybe? Oh, souL, you sly dog. Moves the Ultra, leaves the rest of the units.
Here, have a baneling.
Just wanted to see it pop. The mass lurker for souL is kind of cool, and I gotta say, really pretty with the skin and color set that he has on.
It is. Little color highlights in there.
What a game so far. This is why I wanted to see souL versus souL. The Mass Marauder going to be moving in for souL. Electing for some more classic harassment. Going to get this base, which is nice. The slower your opponent mines out, gives you more freedom. Allows you to play more safe. Another drop going down for souL. Nicely done. The kind of odd timing that Terran can transition back into more drops as the Zerg kind of techs away from more classical defenders for them.
Yeah, I like lurkers in ZVT if they're aggressive, but defensive lurkers in ZVT are kind of garbage.
Yeah, they take a long time to move around. They can't like move and shoot, so Terran
Right,
is
so they're
dropping
easy
all
to
over the
avoid.
place.
Exactly. But if you drop one, you Nidus one into a mineral line, they're great.
Yeah, this is actually going pretty good for souL. He's picked off the top left, this base here, and this location here. So while both players have immense banks as well, I must point out. 15k for souL, 13k for souL.
That's crazy.
It's absolutely nuts. souL scanning, gonna get this single lurker here. Gonna get this base as well. Nicely done. And he's going to secure himself the bottom right-hand side of the map. Now, sometimes when Terrans play this mass nuking style, they're actually able to bully the Zerg off and secure more than their share of the money as well, which is very, very important. And if you can do that as Terran, you can justify all the nukes in the world, really. Resources lost as well, starting to move a little bit ahead for souL. 5k ahead at this point, which is definitely what you want as the Terran. Zerg's moving on in. souL is going to be bullied away by the lurkers, potentially going to lose this command center as a result. Ghost can maybe snipe a few of the lurkers. Like
yeah, there you go. Picking them off,
loses.
command center down.
souL as well, pushing out on the map. Gonna want to scan, clean up that creep if he can. Nuke going down. Ghost goes down half a second later, but look at this. souL starts to push in.
Got some snipes on those Vipers. That's really important stuff.
Another nuke being called on in. That Ghost goes down once again, though.
Top left is in an engagement right now, trying to see who is going to control that one. Looks like souL's winning the battle thus far, but here comes some Marauders to turn the tide. Zerglings, though, pretty good against these Marauders, especially if they have upgrades. Marauder's not really able to do much about that one. Liberator City over here in the bottom right really wants to make sure this base either at least does not belong to souL, but maybe perhaps can belong to souL as well. That air armor? Yeah, air vehicle ship plating on the way from souL at this stage of the game.
Up here, Liberators, but look at this, a nice angle from souL.
Oh.
Parasitic Bomb and the rest of the Zerg force coming in to push souL off this location. Nice pickups there for souL, and now he's going to push back souL. And all of a sudden, the Terran player could be in a spot of bother here, as the Zerg just has much more of an army here than his opponent. The Ghost could be in trouble from the Banes. They do survive, though. Snipe's starting to go down all over the place in order to
Planetary Fortress. Yeah, Planetary Fortress down. The Ghosts aren't quite wiped out, but souL feels like job well done there. It's able to get on out. Got some nice lurker hits on the Ghost, too. Steady targeting.
Hydras.
On the Hydras. Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of overkill for a Hydra, but hey, it one-shots
them. It's a guaranteed kill.
Yep.
Base in the bottom right-hand side of the map. Definitely not happening for souL. That gets killed. Both players, keep in mind, still have massive banks at this point in the game. Snipe's going down all over the place for souL, but he does have to back out. LaughNgamez, Ghost as well, also retreating. The Ghost do good versus the Lings, but it just seems that souL has way more of an army here. More steady targeting going down.
Yeah, souL's economy is only at 37 SCVs, and it's not that healthy, but he has such a bank, it doesn't matter for a while.
Yeah, not for a while. souL as well. Both players really relying on their bank at this point in the game, but souL really realizing that while the Terran army is efficient over the long term, he can just push in right now, and he's just bullying souL over and over, pushing further and further. Friendly Fire Widowmine deals massive damage there.
That's a lot of almost dead Marines.
That is a lot of almost dead Marines, indeed. Now, souL has ceased the aggression for now. We take a look at the resources lost tally, and it's still relatively close to what it was before. 5k resources separate them still. So souL really took all those trades at face value. souL once again wants to secure another base. However, I mean, he has been destabilized a little bit. He lost a base or two. He wasn't allowed to expand more. He's been bullied back. He's had to remax, rebuild his army. And ultimately, this is good for souL. He's having time to breathe now. souL going to be establishing this base in the bottom right-hand side once again. Very important for him. This drop definitely not destined to happen. I'd like to see souL right now invest in another planetary or two, just to really fortify these locations. He definitely has the money to do it, and in doing so, he prevents basically souL from bullying him back as easily, like we just saw. How souL was able to push him off the base. If he has a PF, has an extra PF or two, that becomes way harder for souL. souL going on the offensive once again, though. Gonna try and catch the Zerg off guard a little bit. souL, is he ready for this attack? Oh my gosh, the lurkers! Oh, get a lot of bio kills there.
They did, but a lot of them went down, too. I'm not sure that was a good trade for the Zerg.
I am not sure who really won that trade there. Looks like souL going to crash into the Liberators. Eats Widowmines, though. Big bang.
Yeah, a bunch of Banelings came in and got nothing done for souL. That hurts, too. 10 drones down. This base under fire. Top left is pretty much the only healthy base remaining for souL. souL's got that one in the bottom right, and long-distance mining from the bottom right as well.
Right, you are about that. So souL has a bit more longevity, and he essentially has secured his share of the bases. Well, he's denying souL his share by preventing him taking this base.
Yeah, this is a crazy game one.
This is game number 1 of the best of 7, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like nuke 37 today.
I don't know.
It's been a lot of nukes. I don't think there's a way to tell.
A lot of units that have died.
Just count them.
500
souL
Zerglings have
pushing
died.
right. Yeah. So lurkers in to zone out a little bit. Liberators here to handle them. souL pushing up north.
Yeah, could get
another orbital. Couple orbitals going down.
The Terran player a little bit separated, cut off from his home base right now. In goes the Ghost, but they gotta be careful. This is mass Hydraling Bane. souL gonna blanket the army with snipes just to get guaranteed pickoffs. Not bad. Able to reconnect there. Lots of reinforcement. Liberators coming on in. souL also dropping to the bottom left, knocking out souL's healthy mining base. Gonna potentially pick off this one as well, really knocking down the Zerg's economy. And as a result, we are seeing Solar's bank become depleted. Resources lost. souL pulling ahead once more as he's trading more and more efficient thanks to all those ghost snipes and everything. Oh, Solar's gonna go for it. Crashing forward. Ghosts and Marauders trying to stand here. The Zerg flood is moving in. The Lurkers manage to burrow in the front. The Ghosts are pushed back. Looks like Solar, with a successful attack once again, is pushing souL back. And souL, I should point out, is essentially broke in the gas front. He's got to retreat. He's just going to have to make a lot of Marines here.
And he's got the cash for it. So should be able to make all of the Marines if he wants to.
Yes, Marines for days. souL is mining the gas in the bottom right. However, he's going to be losing these bases most likely. That orbital goes down, this one going down. All of a sudden, this is allowing Solar to catch up in the resources lost, thanks to taking good fights like this, good snap fights that souL isn't able to get proper engagements on. Solar taking nice engagements. Ghost's going to snipe a couple of units to help souL equalize things up a bit, but still a nice move overall from Solar. The Lurkers are getting chased back, though.
Yeah, they don't want to engage there. They could take down the planetary if they were alone, but that bio support makes it hard to do. We're going to mine out this whole map, LaughNgamez.
I hope
feel like
so.
we're going to do that.
And then every game
big map
that I talk about efficiency will be justified.
Exactly. So army supply 156 to 144 is close enough to not really matter at this stage. Liberators,
set up.
Marauders,
Workers gonna regret moving in there. A drop in the bottom left is very nice once again from souL, because keep in mind, Solar is almost completely broke. I mean,
yeah, he doesn't have much of a bank as far as minerals are concerned.
Yeah, he's got 1,600 minerals, and that's not that much in the grand scheme of things. Snipes going down. Every unit that souL picks off now brings Solar closer and closer to not being able to replace them. Couple snipes here and there. The drops knocking off that base in the top left. Even souL moving in closer and closer as well. Gonna pick off Solar's hatcheries as well. Remove his map presence. And souL is just happy to retake these bases in the bottom right because he knows he's denying Solar's own.
Yeah, man. Solar's under 1,000 minerals in his bank.
Whoa.
That is nothing in StarCraft.
It is nothing. Now, souL also has no income this game. At this
True,
point.
his gas is at 46, so
yeah,
that's a problem.
So it really could just be about the two armies that these guys have right now. I do favor souL's army in the immediate present. He's got a good ghost count, a good liberator count, and the Zerg's force, while strong, isn't really super scary. However, we are seeing Solar realizing, right, I gotta get something done, so he's gonna push in, pick off these orbitals, potentially get this planetary as well. A nice move indeed. souL is going to move forward, though, snipe off some of the Lurkers. And Solar, at this point, he cannot replace these units now. He's broke. souL securing the bases in the bottom right once more. As long as he doesn't take a terrible fight, things are just going to get better and better for him.
Yeah, every unit that dies here for Solar is something he really can't afford to lose right now.
Yep.
Baneling's down, every lurker that dies, every drone that dies. He just doesn't have the resources to place a bunch of this. Another lurker down, more stuff dying for nothing. He's not killing Terran stuff here, he's just losing units.
Yeah.
Look at this. Bam, bam, bam. Ghosts all make it safely back. This is insane control from souL right now.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you're a European Terran who plays versus guys like souL regularly.
That's true.
You learn how to master the late game, and souL is really showing us that. He really is showing us a good game plan that he's had, just saying, right, I'm comfortable just trying to secure these bases while denying your own in the top left. Solar has essentially given up trying to take that base in the top left. He's just kind of trapped at this point with a poor economy, with really what he has right now, and as a result, we're going to see him go for it. This could be the final fight from souL. The Corruptor's moving in, a nice parasitic bomb on the Liberators, but souL just needs to clean out this army, and he's essentially going to have the game. Looks like most of the Liberators will die. There's not much on the ground left over for souL, though. The Lurkers are all going to die, and WW souL takes game number 1 after 35 minutes.
35-minute game number 1 there. That was insane. I did not think souL had a chance in that match when he was backed up into his corner of the map. All of his bases had creep coming up on him. Solar control the entire map. And then souL just nuked and dropped and multi-pronged attacked his way to push that back, score additional bases, deny Solar additional income, and got the win. Insane game number 1. That was crazy.
Yeah, souL really showing as having a plan works out, and he basically weathered the storm that was solar.
It was a scary storm, but he did it.
It was, and then eventually, all of a sudden, Solar's like, "I'm out of gas. I'm out." Like, he had nothing left in the tank to push him forward.
Out of minerals, out of gas, out of anything that you need to make any kind of an army there. But yeah, one of the benefits from supporting the Matcherino is actually from this. So if you want the replay for that game, that's a good way to get it, is by supporting the Matcherino link in the top there. Again, code AW50 will get 50 free cents tossed at these players as part of the prize pool.
We have 17 of those coupon codes left over to use, so I will link that in the chat. Go. AW50 code. Help us use that. All the while we wait for souL, who's just stepping aside for a second, which no one can blame him needing a break after that.
Go take a walk around the block. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is exactly why we're going to see a 2 racks probably in the next game.
I'm feeling it. I'm with you on that.
Who wants to deal with that again?
Nobody wants to play another 35-minute incredible macro game on World of Sleepers and almost mine the whole map out.
No one.
Nobody. Yeah, man. Started tossing those nukes, and I was like, all right, this is kind of innovation Maru style, and maybe he can push it back, sneak a base out. I did not think he'd be able to win that thing. Well, that just shows, or goes to show.
Yeah.
Like souL's ready to go. Let's move into Eternal Empire here, but that's, you never know. That is the theme of this whole Afreeca World 50.
I'd even
you never know.
Argue that, like, souL, like, the late game that we saw from him is, like, top in the world. Like,
wow.
That's, like, very, very good late game. Like, Korean players will do it, and they'll do it very, very well. Their mechanics and everything are just insane. But, like, as far as just, like, confidently going into the late game, what souL did there, like, that is someone who clearly does it a lot. More so than Korean Terrans, I'd say, who usually play more aggressive. souL's just like, yeah, I'll play the late game and out-macro you and everything, whereas some Korean Terrans will kind of be afraid to do that or just not really do it or play the game that way. And so, souL, incredibly well-versed, showing us that. In the top right-hand side of the map, it's souL.
And in the bottom left, he's Solar. And behold, no proxy racks.
No proxy. It's going to happen. It's a best of 7.
I don't know. I think it's possible. We could get there.
You're telling me we're going to have a best of 7 with no proxy 2 racks?
With
TvZ?
no proxy 2 racks. souL feels it's beneath him.
I know souL does proxy 2 racks a lot, so I have a hard time believing that.
Well, 2 games in.
Although you never know. Maybe he's just trying to outlast Solar because it is late in Korea.
Ooh, it's like he's getting tired, worn out.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a viable strategy.
It's a boxing strategy, right? Let your opponent tire themselves out.
Yeah.
Dodge their punches
David
until
versus
whatever
Goliath.
round, and then take them down. It's kind of what that was in the last game. Just it came down to that one engagement. Tired souL out, ran his bank down.
And we saw there, souL definitely tried to kill souL. Because he knew that, like, souL was trading more efficiently. But he just wasn't able to. And that's the strength of that Terran style. You establish yourself well enough that you're tough to kill, and then you trade efficiently in little bits. And then eventually, you win the game like souL did there. And that is
Starcraft.
probably... Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
That is probably my favorite part of Starcraft 2. Right there.
Just the economics of it.
The economics of late game TvZ. And just how players should approach the late game in that sense. Reaper and SCV going to be a terrible duo, given souL a bit of grief here. Delaying his third base. Is this drone going to try and do an assassin move on this SCV, you think? Whoa!
That finished.
That was not supposed to finish.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. That was supposed to be a cancel. Even the Marine showing up now. Oh, souL is not a happy camper right now in the game.
He's annoyed. Beyond annoyed. By this pesky Terran kid. Actually, how old is souL?
He's not young, but he's not old. He's like 21, I want to say. 20, 21.
Oh, 21's a baby. Come on.
What does that make 22 then?
Less baby. He's 21, yeah. Look, man, I'm 37. I'm an old man. 21 is so young. It's basically Raynor.
Basically Raynor. I mean,
yeah.
souL's like 21, I want to say. 20, 21.
Is he really?
I mean, he got really good when he was like 19. And it's been like 3 years of dominance.
Oh my gosh, he is 21. Why don't I think he was older? Holy smokes. I'm more impressed by souL now. Alright. Well, that was a fun discovery. Wow. 20. Okay, fine. souL's 21. My entire worldview has changed. Thank you for sending me to the light, LaughNgamez. souL is no longer a baby. He is souL's age. He should be winning BlizzCons. Alright, we're good.
Yeah, pressure's on, eh?
Yeah. Man, when I was 21, I hadn't won any BlizzCons.
No, neither did I.
Yeah,
and that window is passed. I'm officially too old to win BlizzCons. Although SOS was pretty old when he won some, I think. So he was probably like 23 or 24. Oh,
I guess that's the difference, right? Esports
gets the creep tumor.
You peak early in esports. By the time you're 30, you're an old person.
Just you wait, though. We'll see if, like, as esports itself gets older, if we will have, like, older pros.
Yeah, I mean, we've got White Raw, right?
Yeah. He's not really a pro, though.
He's not. And I think part of that is because he's old. So, like, I don't know.
Mean, think about it, though. At some point, like, playing the same game, like, the young kid obviously has the speed and will always have the speed.
Yeah.
But at some point, like, someone who's got, like, 20 years of playing, like, experience, like, there's something to be said for that. Because, like, it's happening in, like, a lot of sports in which pros are becoming, like, older and older. Like, before...
kind of.
Yeah, like, some of, like, the best figure skaters in the world are continuously pushing, like, the boundary, like, hockey players as well.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady's 42, still playing.
Yeah, exactly.
LeBron's 37, 38, doing what he's doing.
12 drones go down, by the way.
And the battlecruiser's still around.
14 total so far. That is a nice BC opening. souL's going into bio behind this. Just a 2-base, or no, 3-base, pardon me. I was literally looking at the third command center a second ago.
Boy Boy in chat says an ST1 GSL and he's like 30.
Nesty was older.
Yeah.
Starcraft 2
when
was like a lot less than it was at that time. But that is a valid point. Nesty was old.
So I guess we need to define what old is, right?
Yeah, I guess it's whether you're going relatively or... Yeah, I'm not sure. Because, like,
are we saying a 50-year-old would be an elite StarCraft player one day, or are we talking
Well,
40 or 35, you know?
say like 30 to 40s. Same thing as
Okay.
like those older sports pros who are sort of like just still masters of their craft.
Yeah.
When like, say, I guess like 20, 30 years ago, there wasn't guys that old who were sort of still around. PC comes on in again, giving souL a lot of grief. souL sees the Muta, he's like, oh sweet, you're building Mutas versus my battlecruiser.
And Muta's an answer to the battlecruiser. You don't see that a lot.
No.
There's very much usually corruptors in these situations.
And that is because once the BC has Yamato cannon,
Yeah.
Muta's like, they just can't do anything.
Nope.
souL, though, isn't actually committing to a lot of Mutas this game. He's just going up to a 4th base bio play behind this. A very early 4th base, I'd like to point out. Quicker than the Zergs. And this is a little bit risky for souL, dare I say. As souL is playing a style that could be aggressive. Roach Ravager. But, yeah.
I just don't like it very much.
Yeah, I know
It's
how
hard
you
to
feel
get
about
good
Roach
efficient
Ravager.
trades with Roach Ravager against Terran. It just did.
Yeah, unless you go for like those sudden kill moves.
Yeah. But we saw that fail yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of it succeeding lately, to be honest.
Interesting. Terrans have it figured out. Abort, abort. Don't try it again. So yeah, more Mutas on the way here from souL. Getting that +1 flyer attack. Baneling Nest about to finish up. So Ling Baneling Muta with some Roach Ravager support. You don't
Curious.
see a lot of Mutalisk play against Terran. It's like Scarlet still does it every once in a while. I've seen Special do it once.
It never works. Mutas are
It never
garbage.
works. It never works. Mutas need to be buffed. That's what I think.
How would you buff them though, that like they wouldn't be broken?
We just give them a little more HP, like so they don't instantly die when I fly over 6 Marines.
See, like I'm all for it, giving Mutas a buff in ZVT, but it would probably break ZVP, right?
Explain further.
Because like Mutas are already, they definitely have their use in ZVP.
Well, but in ZVP, Phoenix own them. If you try to go Muta in ZVP, Phoenix, you're like, what?
Yeah,
We saw that yesterday.
Then Zerg can make corruptors though. Yeah, but that was not really like a fair.
No,
That was triple Stargate after like a held cheese.
it was. It was a weird situation.
I mean,
But even still, if you try to go Mass Muta against
Oh,
Protoss,
yeah.
and they at all see it coming, they all at all see it coming. They make a few Phoenix, and you're done.
It's just because the Legacy of the Void, they're no good. Because the game is
Yeah.
so much quicker now, and Mutas are one of
Yeah.
those units that would be efficient. Like, they'd pick off, like, a Widow Mine here, a Widow Mine there, pick off, like, a couple of SCVs here, shut down a drop there. But to get, like, Legacy of the Void is so chaotic, it's impossible to have Mutas really do that as well. Because there's just so much going on, and they have to get insane value in order to be worth it.
Yeah, and it's so fast, like you said.
Like, they just, because Heart of the Swarm was so slow, and so you'd have the time for the Mutas, like, to slowly ramp up, they'd get more and more efficient trades and things.
Yeah.
And now it's just not worth it. They rarely pay for their own investment.
So we'll see if Solar can do that today.
We'll
It's gonna
see.
be rough though.
Like,
Hey, look, a Muta died.
yeah, look at that. Mutas are just no good.
Look at Soul. He's just like, I'm not gonna engage on creep. Just gonna kill your tumors.
Yep.
Not loot anything here.
And souL is terrifying right now. He's on 4, heading to 5 bases. He's just got tons of bio production with 2 2s. He does need a few nasty Baneling connections. But still, like, just his production at this point is really, really terrifying for souL. There's not that many Banelings left.
Yeah, the Bailey did a lot of good work there, but they're
They
gone
did.
now.
But even in the grand scheme of things, souL's economy is just so nuts this game that he can just power through this.
Standing in, fighting, target firing the Banelings. Too many Banelings come in. Widowmine actually hits an Overseer there instead of those Banelings. Not a great shot. 3-3 getting started from souL 2. His upgrades are nuts.
They are.
Getting vehicle weapons for his tanks. I mean, the mutas are like, what do we do exactly? I guess they could probably shut down this base if they got there now.
You know what the mutas are thinking right now? We're in the
Why
wrong
do we
expansion.
exist? Yeah.
We should be
What
back in
year is it?
Swarm. Oh look, they're gonna make this BC teleport away.
I just kill BC so slowly.
They do. They're just useless. You know at the end of I think it's the Brood War campaign, in which like the Terran ship is heading back to Earth.
Yeah.
For the UED, and then there's mutas in the cutscene that are chasing the BC.
Yeah.
It's like that BC, that's gonna make it back to Earth.
It's gonna have 87 years to try to kill this BC.
It's gonna be getting
and
attacked by mutas for 87 years, and it's still gonna be alive by the time it gets there. Oh, those SCVs are having a bad time.
They sure are.
Okay, that was a nice attack for Solar, but souL also returning
Down
the favor.
south doing some stuff. Thor's in the mix now. Those mutas are like, ah. So base for a base, effectively. Worker count for a worker count. Widowmine really wanted that Baneling dead and got him.
Yes, it did. souL trying to deal as much damage as he can to counter. The question is, who can absorb more of this damage? Right now, they're both on pretty equal footing. Solar has taken less damage in this engagement, as we've seen. However, he's building more mutas, and I really don't know how I feel about that.
4 more! Who does this?
Yeah.
Scarlet does. I can tell you Scarlet does.
souL dropping a mule? Is that a BM mule? Was that an accident? That was an accidental mule, yeah, that's going on.
I mean, it could have repaired that tank if you wanted.
Yeah.
That's a good math question. Does it make more sense to leave it there and repair a tank, or walk it all the way home and...
I think it makes sense to walk it home, right? Where's that mule?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how much you value having a full health tank versus an injured tank.
It's gonna be about half a mule, so like 130 resources or something.
And how much to repair a tank? Not that much.
No. But then you're missing out on those resources. I don't know.
Yeah.
Solar's going for a nice counterattack. This is nice. Planetary, though. Probably gonna die, because this is a lot of Banelings. SCV is not even trying to repair. Their safe
Run,
space. souL's just focused on pushing on in. He's got a Thor to buffer, he's got a couple of Widowmines. Bit of a base trade going on right now.
Yeah, souL's at 50 workers after losing all those. The engagement at the still happening. Widowmine's clearing out the Zergling aggression.
Yeah. souL losing the bases in the top left makes me think he should just expand down to the bottom right. Good Widowmine hits going down for souL as he's trading pretty efficiently in this push. Continuously moving forward. Gonna absorb those Banelings there. There's not many of those left for Solar. The splits are good so far.
But the Lings will love it when you split because they can get full surrounds.
Yeah, nicely done. Ooh, even Ultras joining up.
Ultras! Ah, these Marines trying to escape. Not happening for
The mutas
them.
might even catch the Medivacs.
Oh my gosh. Nope, they don't want to. Too lazy.
Good Widowmine connection before it dies. So souL taking a bit of a beating, however, he does have another base, which is why you should always throw up an extra CC. It's like having a spare tire for your car. It's just worth it. And as a result, he's not dead. Not in a great spot. Didn't manage to kill this base in the bottom right that belongs to Solar. And now he's going to be facing the aggression of the Zerg once again. souL sees that this is going to be coming. He's going to want to burrow his Widowmines. Probably spread them out as well as he can, because if Solar attacks in and he's not prepared to receive it, it's going to be tough.
Chitin is plating, just about finishing up, making those Ultras a lot stronger than they otherwise would be. Widowmine drop accomplishing nothing
Ooh.
yet.
Oh, 8 SCVs dying to some Banelings. They got a bit of a hole in the wall there, all the while souL trying to hit his opponent wherever he can.
Boom, 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 boom.
Army composition does seem pretty good for Solar, though. He's got Banelings and Ultras going up against a mainly Marine composition. souL's building another CC. He's adding in a few ghosts.
Infestor production has begun from souL. Love good Infestor against Bioplay. Fungals are worth their weight.
Yeah. Infestors did get nerfed.
They
so
did.
They're not
No more
like the
infested
ultimate
Terrans.
late game anymore, but they definitely still work versus Bio.
They do. I mean, Infested Terran's not great against Bio anyway, so...
No. Yeah, so they really were unaffected there.
Right.
Versus Mech, not as good.
I have yet to see a game where Microbial Shroud is used, so that might need some tweaking.
Yes.
I'm not saying it needs to be overpowering, but, like, let's see it get used at all. In any situation. Just worse Dark Swarm. Drives me nuts. Here's a Brood War spell that is incredibly useful. The core of Zerg, especially against Terran. And we'll just give it to you in StarCraft 2 and make it a lot worse.
Well, that's
sure. Sounds great.
Like, just because StarCraft 2 is so quick, it's not going to really have that value that it gets in Brood War, right? Or am I mistaken?
So, Dark Swarm creates a large area where air attacks can do nothing to ground, or any ranged attack does no damage to ground units that are under it.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's literally zero damage, right?
Yeah.
Unless there's a scan, then they deal damage?
Nope.
Nope.
Spells do damage and melee attacks do damage. So if you get Zealots in there, they do damage. If you storm it, that does damage. But any ranged attack is completely negated.
souL is securing up a 5th base, which is good to see for the Terran. He's also dealing damage to the Zerg still, getting 8 more drones. So it's a bit of a dicey spot for the Terran. He's really got this one army. He doesn't have that much of a bank. He's not super well established like the last game. Not saying that he can't get there, but he does need to be very careful until then.
Yeah, souL standing in against this. Marauders in the front. Banelings aren't going to do much here. Lings and Ultra... The Ultras show up. souL pulling back just a little bit. Just being so patient today.
Yeah, souL is looking to push on in and do so before the Broodlords pop out that Solar has tech towards. Ultra should be getting sniped down. That evaporates in the wave of snipes. And the Terran player is still going to be pushing forward. Wants to get this hatchery.
The Marauders pouring some DPS into it, but the response from souL is good. So once again, just moving back. Moving forward. Hatch going to die.
Yeah, the Broodlords are done, but the hatchery is gone. We're seeing souL start to invest into the Vikings to help out with this. He's got to be careful, though, because the Broodlords can allow the Zerg to take a very good fight that he really can't handle. So souL going to be getting pushed back for now. He's making Vikings 3 at a time for now. Maybe going to be able to catch the Zerg out of position if souL moves too far off creep with these Broodlords. And there's only a handful of Corruptors to support them, so there is a chance that souL's going to be able to take a nice fight here due to Solar's overcommitment. There's Banelings in the mix for the Zerg, but once again, not that many. So if souL can handle the Banelings, then maybe he can get on top of the Broodlords with the Ghosts, then maybe his Vikings can show up, and suddenly there'll be nothing to defend these Broodlords.
Yeah, and the Broodlords with nothing to kill them is a really big deal. Trying to get Widowmines underneath, but Broodlings have different thoughts about this. Yeah, a couple of Broodlords going, another one going down there. Wow, being evaporated by these snipes.
Yeah, so now pulling the Ghosts back while the Marauders try and tank. Looks like those units are going to stay safe for now. Army supply actually in the lead for souL. He's just got to be careful. He's got a lot of it tied up in production, but there comes in a lot of the reinforcements to help out right now. Another snipe going down, another dead Broodlord. Solar is committed. He's pushing on in. Widowmine's going off all over the place, and the Zerg ground force is evaporating. There's nothing left. And GG.
Wow, Broodlord's gone. That's it. That was the core of the strategy, and souL takes a somewhat surprising 2-0 lead here in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And this is a best of 7, so it's far from over. It doesn't mean, you know, in a best of 3, you'd be like, wow. Or the best of 5, rather. Excuse me, the quick sneeze there. Yeah, Sniper Monkey and Chad enjoyed that game quite a bit. It's not over yet, but holy smokes, souL. And I keep thinking about what you said. He plays against souL all the time.
He does.
He plays against the best Zerg on Earth all the time.
Yeah, like, it's a different beast that Solar's not used to handling, like a Terran who approaches the game this way. And, like, as souL, I'm willing to bet, playing versus guys like souL,
And Raynor.
incredibly frustrating, probably. But
Yeah.
he's been grinding it out, he's done his due, and as a result, he's able to take on Zergs who aren't as well versed in this style.
Well, and yeah, I mean, it's terrible, right? You hate your life every time you match up against Raynor or souL, but it makes you better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that matters is it's a workout. It's a rough workout. It is hard training, but by golly, it pays off in moments like these.
Yeah. And Raynor and souL have, like... or- what was I going to say? Never mind. It'll come back to me.
It's fun.
Anyway, here we are. In the top left-hand side of the map, he could be in a bit of trouble here. It's Triumphant Songs Gaming Solar.
And in the bottom right, feeling good, it's souL.
Feeling good, looking good. Great player we've got here. Yeah, and this is why I wanted to see this series, to show the epic TvZ of souL. Like, he's just showing us incredibly good games.
Once again, another game with no proxy racks.
Not
three.
one. And if there was a map to do it on, I bet Triton would be it.
It's on the list.
I see
Yeah.
a few more of those coupon codes getting used on the Matcherino as well. Great to see.
Woohoo! Code AW50 for Africa World 50.
We currently have 14 more coupons to use. You know what those 14 coupons represent? $7 we can give to the players just for free. Literally for typing in a coupon code or two.
Free cash, free cash.
Free cash, indeed. Now, do you think Solar lost that last game because he committed to mutas? Like, we saw he had good, like, counterattacks and things, but those were mainly as a result of the Banelangs that he went in at the PFs with and whatnot.
Right.
The mutas weren't doing a lot of the heavy lifting there.
What I think he needed was more fungals. That's the thing. If you fungal a ghost, the snipe is done.
Mm-hmm. I think you're probably right.
That's what I've seen most Terrans complain about, is fungals and broodlords.
Yeah.
Not banelings and broodlords necessarily.
Well, it was that classic Zerg thing, too, in which Solar got overconfident with the broods, and then all of a sudden souL pounced on him, basically.
Yeah, those ghosts got, what, 3, 4, 5, 6 steady targetings off without taking any damage at all? That can't happen. That happens, you're done. All your expensive broodlords are gonzo.
Like, it's tough to make snipes happen against broodlords versus a Zerg who does have the adequate, like, infestors there, or just the adequate positioning, because ghosts have to get pretty in range of the broodlords to make that happen, but souL just in a snap decision made the fight happen, and it really goes to show that while you can have, like, a good army in StarCraft 2, like a good position, you can be completely vulnerable. We saw it in the game before in which Solar was breaking souL while souL's army was arguably better. It's all about the speed of the engagements.
Reaper's still alive. Not something you can say about all Reapers at the 3.5-minute mark.
No.
No. So yeah, I mean, battle cruisers worked well in game 1. Got some good damage done. The mutas couldn't really do anything about it. Why not go back to the well?
Overlord, gonna meet the firing squad here. BC does not get spotted. Reactor Starport does, though, so souL could potentially be aware for this. He's also making a lot of lings and has a lair done. Do I smell shenanigans?
There's a Nidus network starting, so yes, you do.
Shenanigans, I say. Let's
Boy,
see.
I don't know about this against Terran.
It can work.
We saw it work.
It's all about whether the Hellions are home to defend or not. Because, like,
Yes.
Hellions beat Lings when they're in the right position any day of the week. Okay, now we're seeing a counterattack to souL. He's got 3 Hellions back at home to defend. 2 more popping out. Really going to help him out. SCVs buffering for these Hellions as well so they can get their shots off. 4 SCVs die and all, but this was no small commitment for souL. And we are seeing a lot more Lings come across the map.
He doesn't want to go macro in this game. No intent at all.
souL's been giving him a hard time when he has macroed, so we're going to be seeing the Nidus get called up. A lot of Lings on the front. There's going to be more units in the Nidus, so souL's got to be prepared for this. He does have a battle cruiser done, though.
How did he see that?
I guess
That was an educated guess.
Yeah,
I assume there's a Nidus. And he found it. Battle cruiser not going to help much versus these 6 queens. Pulling back. Repair can be good, though. I don't know. Maybe you just repair the BC and let him win this.
Yeah, I mean, the BC will beat the queens. It just needs a little bit of repair because a little bit of repair goes a long way to help that out. The Hellions, of course, just taking care of the Lings. That's what you want to do as the Terran. Take care of the Lings and deal with the queens after. That's exactly what souL has been doing. His natural base is under pressure, though. The wall has been breached. He's going to want to repair that to prevent future Ling floods.
Yep, 10 SCVs down. In a bad position, actually.
Yeah.
Wow, more SCVs getting killed here. Why was he trying to mine from that main? Nuts. He sent those SCVs home for some reason, trying to make sure the second battlecruiser never comes up.
Yeah,
souL's trying to make sure.
This BC either.
No second BC.
Yeah, that's gonna make it a bit rough for the Terran. souL potentially gonna add the point to the board here with a nice, quick, easy game.
Looks like it.
Yeah, the BC has been healed up, but souL even added a spore crawler to this. This isn't a 3cc Terran, this is a 2cc Terran. So souL just not gonna be able to hold on.
No, it doesn't look like it. Army supply 34 to 14. Battlecruiser good unit, but not against this many queens and spores. And
no, well
bam.
done by souL.
souL on the board.
Mm-hmm.
For a second there, it was looking real scary for him, but feels much better at 2-1 compared to 3-0 in a best of 7. So well played. Yeah, again, souL knew there was the Nidus coming, and he moved out to stop it, but not in time. Just a couple seconds earlier, 5-10 seconds earlier, he gets there. He could probably shut down the Nidus, and it's a much different game.
We're going to get everyone on into the lobby.
Yeah, going to be on Nightshade, a very purple map is the best way to describe it. Lots of purple roundabouts there. Kind of a darker tone as well, which kind of makes it hard to see what's going on sometimes. I think I know some players who have this thing vetoed.
I noticed this as soon as I queued up on ladder. I was like, I must be getting old. My eyes aren't working as well.
So dark. So after the first 2 macro games, we move into a quicker Nidus play that does get the victory there with the queen support. Again, queens are the key to that, Zerg players. If you're trying to take down a Terran player, you need to bring those queens along, because Lings alone aren't going to make it happen.
Yes,
even roaches.
Indeed.
Necessarily. Queens are the key. So thanks to everybody in chat. I see it's pretty active over there. Always nice to get some support out here on Afreeca.
Yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. The games have been great so far. Here we are in the top left-hand side of the map. It's souL.
And spawning way down in the bottom right, it is souL. Very far away. Bigger map. Maybe not World of Sleepers big. Still big. And still no proxies. I'm telling ya, feeling good about my bet here.
I know, I'm starting to get worried. Like, I guess this is super serious souL. He's comfortable in his macro.
I mean, comfortable might be understating it. He looks so good
Yeah.
in the late game.
Super competent.
Yeah, super competent. Overlord. Trying to see any proxies over here. No, good.
Nope. This could definitely be another macro map. I get the feeling that this is a mech map, though.
Yeah, I mean, it feels all right to take your third, right? And that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I feel like this map is a lot easier to shut down with, like, mech than it is with bio to secure the 4 bases.
Tank positioning is pretty good.
Yeah, all about the tanks, I think. Reaper crossing the map. Standard opening for souL.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of feel like the proxies, there's a certain level of desperation there from do it so much. It's like I really can't, or from Terrans rather, who do it so much.
Yeah.
Right? Like I just can't handle late games, or I just can't get there. I can't do it again. Let's just get it over with fast. But I mean, souL is so confident. So confident.
Oh yeah, he is. Look at that. 3rd command center on the way already. He's just like, yeah, let's macro, let's do it. And this is what we like to see. Great games like this coming from the Terran player. Do you think Solar's gonna cheese again, or what?
Looking at it here, he's droning too hard. He'd already started to make lings if he was going for something as cheesy as he was.
Yeah. No lair started either.
No.
Maybe he should do something like throw up a Roach Warren, though, and just go for it. I don't know. I wouldn't hate it. Liberator and Stim on the way for souL, so I was wrong about my mech call. 3rd CC gets spotted. So Solar immediately throws up his double Evo, saying, right, if you've gone 3 CC, I'm safe to go for my quick upgrades. He's throwing up a Spore, knowing that it's probably going to be a Liberator heading around this location. Great reaction from the Zerg player so far.
Yeah, Solar's like, all right, let's give this macro thing another shot. I got this. I've tried Broodlords, I've tried Ultras, I've tried Mutalisks. None of it's working. What's next? Ooh, Swarm Host. It's time for Swarm Host
versus Bio Terran?
I got it figured out. Yep, it's happening.
No.
No. I'm not saying all Swarm Hosts.
Oh, well, you gotta go big or go home. Now, souL, by the way, is kind of just saying, I'm going for it, and oh, this could be bad for Solar, because Hellions are rolling on in towards his natural, and drones could be getting roasted and toasted. Shots getting off 8 so far, 16. Oh no!
Why'd he come back?
19, 20 drones going down and all.
Oof. I mean, seen Zergs win games after taking that much damage against him.
That is a lot of damage, though.
A lot of damage.
Not good. souL immediately just throws up a bunker too, which I really love. He's like, you know what? I did so much damage there. I just need to make sure I do not die in the immediate future, and then I'm going to be sitting pretty. Which I love to see. And he immediately cancels the bunker too. He's like, alright, I'm good. Fibrick in chat saying A-click Hellions. More like tactical skill, fiery boys positioning.
That wasn't A-clicked at all. They would have tried to kill the queens.
Mm-hmm.
Come now. You're going to make fun of something. Let's be right about it.
Okay, souL really confident here as he's moving out with just like a handful of Marines and a tank. There we go, 2 tanks now. Couple of medivacs going to be joining up with this. souL though is going to be going for a counterattack. Looks like tank and some Marines could be getting caught here. souL running in with his Marines though, not able to save the siege tank. Gonna have to go back probably to save his 3rd. Or no, he's just gonna keep going. Places reinforcements at this 3rd base location as he's already getting up a 4th CC. Look at this! The willingness to macro from souL is just beautiful.
It's just so comfortable. It's really, really impressive to watch.
It's a breath of fresh air seeing a Terran who's just like so willing to macro up. Just every single game. Now, souL will shut this attack down with relative ease. Siege tank getting some shots off. souL potentially going to counter here? No, though. Drilling Claws on the way for souL. Starts his 2-2. Players are equal on upgrades for the present. souL has his 2-2 a little bit earlier. Ultimately, though, just similar to the previous games. souL staying on this heavy Lingbane composition. No sign of Aspire or anything just yet. And then souL just macroing up behind it, so... Round 2 fight, I guess.
Round 2 slugfest.
That is exactly what it is here. souL going for a double drop, potentially going to be able to cancel the 5th base of souL. However, souL, the great Zerg, kind of sniffs this out. Does souL make it in time?
Oh, yeah.
No.
souL's there.
Nicely done by souL.
Yeah, this does seem like a bit of a Game 1 repeat here.
But look at the creep spread from souL this game.
That was Game 1. It wasn't so much creep spread. It was him basically going Ling, Baneling, Queen until he got into...
Oh, souL might be planning just to go for a kill move, though. Look at all these Banelings he's morphing.
Tank says, stay out of my neighborhoods.
Double barracks kill.
And then he rebuilds him? That must have been a mistake.
No, that was a kill from the Banelings in the tank.
Banelings killed him at the same time?
I think so.
That was weird. Okay.
Anyway, souL's going for it. souL has a lot of units out on the map. Nice Widowmine connections going off. However, looks like the 4th base could be getting cracked. The drop is going to knock off souL's 5th base. But this is a nice attack from the Zerg player. souL's going for his big counterattack. The 42 SCVs have gone down. Youch.
Again, Terran's not dead till they're dead.
They are not, but souL is not in as comfortable of a spot as he was before. I mean, he killed 9 drones of the Zerg, but it's going to be tough for him to come back from this position, I feel. That was a lot of damage. Oh, and this drop. Oh, no. Yeah, souL not able to get much more damage done. He just didn't have enough of a presence back at home to prevent that attack from coming. souL potentially coming in with more of an army too. souL is not paying attention here. The Widowmine's gonna burrow though. Oh, massive connections! Holy cow!
Kind of saving the day there a
They
little bit for
just
souL.
cleaned house. But then there's still all the banelings remaining. The lings were cleaned up, the banelings not so much. His base gets lifted wisely by souL, realizing that that would be vulnerable. The banelings just crashing, blowing their way out of souL's base.
And then just leaving. Bye.
Big Widowmine drop, killed 11 drones though, so souL only on 50 workers.
Yeah, souL's lost a ton of SCVs, but souL's not that far ahead.
He is not. The 4th base is still here for souL.
souL valiantly working on 3-3. But it's not looking good for him, yeah.
I mean, 38 to what was 50 workers a second ago, it's not terrible. This army supply is actually in the lead for souL. So it's not great, not terrible. Somehow. Despite losing 42 SCVs. Oh, another Widowmine drop. Queens! Zip, zip, zip. 7 more drones dying to another drop. souL doing a good job keeping that count down. Scans even another base of the Zerg just to realize what position he's in. He's like, oh wow, we're actually 4 base against 4 base. I did enough damage. souL once again wants to push on in though. A ton of lings moving in. This 3rd base not really mining. The sense of power gonna get killed off. souL just has to hold on now versus what's gonna be a tide of Zerg coming his way over. There is a lot of Widowmines here. Okie dokie, this is a very dicey situation for both players. Almost an all-in for souL. Command center could potentially be killed by the 1 or 2 Hydras. That is not the case, though. Lings coming from every which direction. Widowmines going off, but they are not enough. More mines burrowing for souL as he's trying to hold on. His 4th base going to be getting attacked here. There's a fair few banelings. The SCV is not repairing it. Instead, they're running, but that's just going to let that base get killed off. All the while, though, another Widowmine drop for souL kills off 12 drones.
It's really amazing how he's been able to even this match up with a Widowmine once in a while.
Just dropping 4 mines over at his opponent's base every time.
souL's committing like 100 Zerglings and 20 banelings to do this. And souL's like, 4 Widowmines, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, the Terran army does have 3-3 as well, which is definitely going to help it out. There is still a lot of Zerg here, though.
Upgrade advantage for sure. We're getting so we went Hydras this game, so we're mixing it up a little bit. Could make those lurkers, I suppose.
There's just so much like laying Bane on the ground though for souL. It's impressive how much of these Lings and Banes he's able to keep churning out.
Widow mines spaced, Liberator circles spaced.
Yeah, I think the mine should definitely be shuffled a little bit forward for souL even. Supply in the lead for souL, which does not bode well for souL, as this is simply just a lot of Zerg right now, and I don't know if he's going to be able to stop it when souL decides to go for that attack. The main base of the Terran is going to be floating over to give him that 4th base mining. Looks like a lot of Widow Mines going off, though. Oh, these are going to get not the best connections, so souL could be in trouble right now as Liberator's trying to stand. SCVs are transferring, but at a very dangerous time. souL's trying to pull back. He's splitting his Marines as well as he can. He does have 3-3. It's going to be close, but it looks like souL is going to break through and kill his opponent here. GG. The series is tied.
Took a few times there, but souL was finally able to get it with the Lings, the Banes, the Hydras, and the Nooks were nice against, well, the Medivacs for the most part. Nothing else much was flying there except for Liberators. Nicely done. Well played by souL, tying the series up 2-2. And not a quite super long macro game, but enough of a macro game. He's got to feel pretty good about the future of the series.
Yeah, a bit of a close fight, though, that's for sure.
Was. Yeah, all that damage done on the other side of the map was really making souL sweat, I imagine. Somebody in chat had Fibric said, I'd like to see if souL is selecting any Widow Mines to target fire them, or if he's just letting them auto fire all the time. And yeah, I mean, there are a couple of situations here where I feel like Widow Mines were firing on Overseers when it would have been much better for them to fire on nearby Banelings. So I don't think he's able to manually control all of them. It's crazy hectic when that's happening anyway. So if he's not perfect at it,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. But I'm sure when he has the APM available, he is trying to target those Widowmine shots where he needs them to go.
Yeah, when it's like the early game, and you've got like a couple units to micro,
Yeah.
it's doable. But when like you're rarely prepared for when a Zerg is aggressive in ZVT, that's what makes Zerg attacks so strong. The Terran army, when it's all set up, is usually going to have the advantage, but you don't have time to micro mines when a Zerg just decides it's go time.
No.
Anyway, this man has brought it back, tied it up. souL, the blue Zerg from Korea.
And down here, he's souL.
He is. Not comfortable, though.
Not as comfortable as he was,
Going
no.
from 2-0 to 2-2. This is honestly just such a good series, though. Just souL pretty much saying, let's macro up every game. And Solar's like, I might try and kill you, I might not. It's always a surprise. Make sure to use that Matcherino, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna link that in chat. Still got some more codes to use. So use that if you want to support these awesome games, because that's what these are. These are some sweet, sweet, sweet Terran versus Zergs. You know what's one thing I've really loved how souL has played this out?
I don't.
No Hellbats. No Hellbat timings. Sometimes they just don't cut it versus a really good Zerg, and I think souL's one of the Zergs that trying them would probably be a folly.
Yeah, kind of like a 2 Roxy.
Same grain. souL once again, 3rd command center. Wow! This guy. Says go go go, CCs for days. Reaper.
Yeah. souL's showing no indication he's going to go for any kind of an attack.
Oh, look at this, though. He really wants to scout this game.
Yeah. Surprised he hasn't gotten this sooner in most games. Feels like most Zergs are way into that. Getting it early.
Yeah, like sort of was getting it every game.
Yeah, fast.
Although, I mean, souL's been doing alright for himself. It's not like he's been completely blindsided about something. souL played Hellbats attacking 3rd base while harassing main and 2nd base with his BC in game 2. I thought that was just Hellions. Although maybe he used Hellbats. In which case, I apologize.
I accept your apology.
Although I'm not sure if I'm sorry.
Fibrick says souL played Hellbats attacking 3rd base in game 2, didn't he?
I don't remember seeing any.
I don't remember Hellbats in this series, no.
It's just been Hellion run-bys, which I am like a huge fan of, compared to just making Hellbats. The thing that always kills me is when a pro player's like going for a Hellion drop, and then they take the time to morph the Hellions into the slow Hellbats, and then all the drones just run away and get away. It's like, oh, they'd have killed them if they were Hellions that just charged in. Okie dokie. Double eBay for souL. His third CC is done. All the while, Solar's just going to macro up.
Yeah, I'm getting those banelings just in case it is a Hellbat attack.
Yeah, and wow, Solar won that last game despite losing 20 drones to a Hellion run by. That is nuts.
I'm telling you, I wasn't that worried.
I was sweating like,
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Oh gosh. Get out of there. Okay, most of them will get out.
A decent number will escape.
Yeah.
Liberator also getting some kills. 5 kills in all. So it works out. 5 kills, 4 Hellions, and a Liberator. Also gets 20 Lings though, so it's tough to say. Once again, not great, not terrible. Bane speed on the way. Solar just playing this Massling style, but this time he's planning some counter-aggression, or just some aggression in general. Some harassment of the Lings variety.
The Massling style works, but you gotta have those banelings.
You do.
Drop Lord. I cast a lower level game on my channel the other day where Zerg was trying this, but didn't make banelings.
Oh, just Lings?
Just Lings and Queens. It was nuts. His macro was really good, but boy, did he not win that game. The Terran was just like, are you seriously not making any banelings ever? Nah, never made a baneling nest in 20 minutes.
Wow.
It was the weirdest game.
That is bizarre.
So Ling drop in here. Again, annoying. Couple SCVs might die. Again, maybe not.
Gets a supply depot.
It's nice.
souL dropping as well. 4th CC on the way again. And oh, an infestation pit already. You think this is for quick ultras or something?
I hope so. I love my ultras.
Mm-hmm. Two on the way for souL. He's the player with the lead in the upgrades this game. Getting his 4th base on the way.
I feel like he's been in the lead the whole series, though.
Yeah,
he's been pushing 3-3 when Solar's like, I'm working on 2-2.
There was a game which Solar had the upgrade lead.
Alright. The problem for Zerg is that they need to work on 3 upgrades instead of just the 2.
Yeah. That is very true. That is one of the nice things about being Terran. Hive is on the way for Solar. Overlord. Pop.
Not escape.
souL cleaning up some creep. Cutting deep into the center here with his Marine drop. Nicely done. Removing those tumors. Which Solar, of course, immediately replants. These 4 Lings being a pain.
As they like to do. Huh. So I just figured something out. So in Brood War, Marines have a range of 4 with an upgrade giving them...
Uh-huh.
And it's just 5 in Starcraft 2.
Oh. Well, thank God for that.
Starcraft trivia.
There was never an upgrade in Starcraft 2 though to give them this range, was there?
Nope.
Kind of curious.
They haven't messed with the base stats of the base units ever. They've messed with some upgrade or some other stuff, but like the base, here's your HP, here's your range, here's your speed.
Liberator adding to 12 drones killed. Widowmine's also dropping.
Ooh, medevac down.
Couple
More drones go down. But again, we've seen souL can absorb these hits. It's got the macro.
Yeah, particularly at this stage in the game. However, I mean, souL's resilience to keep dropping is quite impressive. Creep being cleaned on up. souL dropping in the bottom left, gonna find the space. Not stimming these units, but still may get it. There's also another Widowmine drop going down. Geez, 14 more drones.
That's what happens when you don't make any of those corruptors or mutos, man.
souL just finished rebuilding his last one. souL dropping all over the place. Very, very great play here. 5th base building already, followed by a 6th, 7th, and 8th. souL getting his +2 melee rather late. And souL's just going into the late game here with, he's just charging into it.
That's where he lives. That's his home.
It's where he's comfortable, and souL's got to be saying, come on, man, aren't you tired?
I'm tired. What time is it in
It's
Korea
like
right now?
2. It's coming up on like 2 o'clock or so, I think.
It's getting later.
Yeah. Fortunately for nerds, I guess, they're usually up later.
It's a good point. Nerds are waking up at 2. This is early. Got it figured out. Anabolic synthesis for ultras on the way. Make some zippy zip. And let the ghost production begin. Again, some infestors would really help with these ghosts, souL. I feel stupid that I have to say this. Like I'm missing something, but for reals, Fungal is so good against ghosts.
It is. We'll see if he decides. Nope,
anyway.
He's just going for a big old attack.
Holy smokes,
this is a nice
Ultra's in the
point for souL, though. Tons of banelings, though, rolling forward once again. souL cleans out 2 of these bases. Widowmine's going off, though. Looks like souL will have to retreat. I mean, he didn't trade too efficiently there. However, he did take out 2 building bases. So, arguably worth it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the reason Fungal is good against Ghosts is because steady targeting is a channeled spell. It's not an instant cast. So it takes... I mean, it's not very long. It's like 1.8 seconds where they have to sit there and channel this, and then it goes off. But if they're being constantly hit by Fungals, it interrupts that.
Steady targeting's the only channeled spell in Starcraft 2, isn't it?
Yeah. No, Yamato.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That can't be interrupted, though, really. Or Viper of Ducks can.
Yeah. Recall, channeled.
Yeah, do Viper of Ducks interrupt Yamato? I think they do, right?
Yeah, they do. But recall's channeled, too.
I wholeheartly agree with you, though. Like, it's okay when the Terran just has a few ghosts to neglect infestors and just rock, like, the Lingvana, and souL showed us that he can do that. However, as the ghost count grows, it's currently at 7. We will want to see some infestors potentially get added in here. souL also just dropping all over the place. He's like, oh, your left base is within spitting distance of mine, so he's going to go for that. Widow or Marauder drop this time, actually. Wants that base. These guys kind of overcommitted, though. Will perish there. Liberator also harassing, though.
Play a game. How many creep tumors have died so far?
I'm gonna say 63.
49. So
Okay.
not as effective as you think he's been.
It's a tough one to guess.
It is. It's just constant all game. It feels like tumors are dying.
Mm-hmm. souL has a drone in his army. Joining the fray, and souL's starting to push on in, doing this thing. He's got his ghosts, he's got his mines, he's going to bait souL into a potentially bad engagement here. Even enhanced shockwave going down for souL saying, yep, if you build infestors, I'll be able to EMP them. Or the Vipers too. Nukes start to be produced.
Ooh, Nidus network on the way too. Loving that.
We're heading into
hang on. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, the ghost.
Nicely done.
That is 3 dead ghosts for effectively nothing for souL, and that was a great trade.
Yeah, he'll take that trade any day of the week. We are going to be heading into the Nidus stage of the game.
Observers dread this stage of late game ZVT.
Oh, I just don't even care. I'm going to miss them. It's inevitable.
Nukes will land. You'll see some of them.
Yep. There's that little game heart pop-up that tells us if the nuke actually gets a good hit or not. Like 20 dead drones, there's another one.
That's true. souL's reaction times have been on point so far.
Yeah. He hasn't really eaten any bad nukes, and this Overseer is gonna start calling in the worms. And there be worms. It's gonna happen. There's the worms.
There we go. 2 of them,
Double
even.
worm. Got a worm infestation. souL calling in the nukes.
I need to start doing this in my games. 2 Nidus networks is handy.
I agree. Knight's going down. Looks like a pretty good fight for souL just went down there.
Yeah, for sure.
souL committing a lot of units to the main base here. Lings and Banes rolling out. There's suddenly an Ultralisk, which is a lot tougher to rid than just your common Ling infestation.
These Marauders and Ghosts aren't as worried about it, although maybe they should be because everyone's dead.
Everyone is dying. Marines
except for the Ghost, because he's invisible.
Into the mouth of this Ultralisk.
Woo! How many kills he get? Oh, that was a bunch. He gone now. No, he's not. What? 15 kills.
Oh gosh!
15,
this
16.
monster!
Wow. Effective Ultraling. Look at these Banelings stuck.
That's 7 Banelings.
Oh, that sucks.
Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop.
Oh, got an SCV accidentally.
Almost kills the fusion core in the armory.
That's hilarious.
Alright, souL gonna be securing yet another base. Both players' banks still starting to rise here. The Terrans is usually a little bit later to increase than the Zergs. However, souL is getting there to that comfortable stage. And it's all about him just ensuring that he's going to be fortified enough that the Zerg's just not going to roll him over and kill him. And then he can play efficiently from there. A nuke getting called on in on the left side. souL saying, right, you're going to be hitting all my bases, so I'm going to try and take all the bases to stay ahead of that, which is very, very important as the Zerg, not to let your economy just fall apart. Wood mines starting to go off all over the place. souL's playing mass links, so souL's just happy making these mines, and they're getting good connections. However, souL coming forward with a ton of Ling Bane here. The Planetary could be in trouble. The ground army could be in trouble as the splits go down, but yes, the Planetary does hold things to a nice SCV repair. And while souL takes losses there, I am not sure how efficient that trade was. souL's Widow Mines have been getting some good value this game.
They always do, I feel like.
Yeah, Widow Mines are so cheap, they usually do.
Yeah.
But the fact that souL's just like, oh, you're playing incredibly, incredibly aggressive with Massling Bane, like, souL has made a ton of Banelings this game, and Banelings are not cost-efficient units.
No.
They're great at taking fights, like, if you want to win a fight, 200 Banelings is the way to do it, but that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Widow Mine drop as well, kills off 8 drones. Another double Nidus getting called into the main base. All the while souL's going to try and secure this base from the bottom left-hand side of the map. Widow Mines are going to run on in. Oh gosh, they're going to burrow.
Come on! Big hit up
Everything
north.
killed there. Tons of lings in the main base of souL. He pulls back a good chunk of his army to deal with this. All the while, though, he's harassing this base, taking this base in the bottom left, and kills 35 drones in the process, while simultaneously defending his main base.
souL is everywhere right now.
Yes,
the multitasking is through the roof. I mean, the reason banelings aren't as cost efficient is because they die. At the end of every fight, they are dead.
100%
It's not like
of
Immortals,
banelings die.
where, yeah, it's not like Immortals, where at the end of the fight they have 67 kills and they're still alive to fight some more. No. Banelings are gone. So you have to factor in the cost of them dying in every single thing in every one of your engagements.
Yeah, and there's
The
been
cost efficiency is
56
hard.
that have died this game.
Yeah, that's just so much gas.
souL
So much
dropping,
gas.
Gets that base, nicely done. Pulls the Zerg into him, all the while he desperately wants to take this base in the bottom left. And once souL takes that, that's every base that he needs by right this game.
I think you're right.
And Solar, once again, akin to that other long game, does not have all of his locations either. I mean, this one's pretty well mined out. Still a bit of gas, though. This guy's are not mined out at all. Base in the top right, not mined at all. This location, not mined at all. And while souL's being more efficient, mining quicker, the game's looking pretty good for him.
Can't disagree with that assessment at all.
Oh, this is a nice move from Solar, getting on top of this base before it's established. souL, lift! 24 SCVs die.
That was a lot of army to take down a non-planetary base, but okay.
Hey, gets the job done.
Sure does. Brought a
That is so much
sledgehammer.
Zerg, though. Like, souL
Yeah.
just wants his Banes, wants his Widowmines to meet that army. I mean, Solar's going to be able to crash forward, and he's probably going to be able to reset most of their armies, most of their forces when an actual battle does happen. But it is going to cost them both an arm and a leg, and souL is the player with the bigger bank right now, mineral-wise, and the better economy. Another nuke gets called in for souL.
Bring on the nukes.
There is currently 147 lings out for Solar. It's a lot of lings for a late game TvZ, and there we go. souL says, no. Good luck getting through this minefield. Baneling counterattack moving in for Solar. The Banes can crash into whatever they like. Not too cost efficient. Oh! That Widowmine, and there we go, the minefield. Unleashing chaos. The rest of the Zerg spills forward, but the Widowmine connections are huge. And souL takes a beautiful fight. All across.
That was gorgeous.
That was a lot of dead Zerg, thanks to those
That
Widowmines.
is
Like,
thumbnail
Solar thought he
material
cleared
there.
all of them, but wait, there was more.
Billy Mays here.
Buy one Widowmine, get a second shot to the face for free.
But wait, there's more.
And here comes in a ton of Banelings, but souL splits, so
Oh, the cost efficiency was horrible.
Like, the Banes will kill the army, but they will not do it efficiently, and so
Oh
souL
my gosh.
takes the 3-2 lead. What a
think it
series
should make-
we've had. This has been like an hour long. It's been longer than an hour.
We are not done yet either.
We are not done yet. Map number 6, Ephemeron.
That's what happens when there are no 2-racks. Series go long.
When there's no 2-racks, like, souL's giving it his all. He's not 2-racksing.
Not even the slightest bit. Not once. Stay strong, souL. No 2-racks. You've got this. You can beat Solar in the late game. No need to cheese here. No need at all. So yeah, we're on Ephemeron. I don't know. What do you think about making ghosts light? So they take
No.
bonus damage from banelings. No?
They don't have that much HP.
They don't. But did you see how many banelings it took to kill those ghosts? It was like 6.
It was 3 Banelings, but the same thing
Was it?
applies. It's like 5 to a single Marauder or something,
True.
and 2 to a Marine. So 3 Banes per ghost. I'm fine with it. Seeing as how tough it is to
Alright.
prevent your ghosts from clumping up, and how tough
True.
they are to use in the first place.
It's a good split. Good splitting by souL too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to have better success there as souL, the answer probably is not to have like 150 lings against a ton of Widow Mines.
Of Widow Mines.
Like, and just run into the field. Like, even if he made... Like, he only ever had, like, 3 Ultras there.
Right.
Like, trade out, like, some of the lings for Ultras. And then you can run into a minefield because Ultras are tanky.
They're tankier, but I mean, that ignores armor. Widow Mine.
Yeah, but still,
good.
it takes, like... How many mines? A mine does, like... 80 damage, I want to say, to an Ultra? Worse than 120.
Widow Mine does 125 damage.
So it's 5 to kill an Ultra.
Yeah, but there's splash involved too. So if you have multiple Widow Mines hitting the same
souL says
area.
the lag is disgusting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what happens when we have an EU versus KR match.
Welcome to online ducks.
I guess maybe this style does work a lot better for him when there is less ping.
Fair. Chicken says, how about making Queens armored if you want to make Ghosts light? Fair play, good sir.
And then Marauders would cook him. That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely destroy
Just
them.
never build a Marine again.
Sniper
Just
says, it's weird to see Falcon streaming when there's sun up. It's true. I'm usually streaming after sundown.
Alright. Here we are. He's on match point. It's souL.
And bottom right, not on match point, but the other way around, I guess. It's Solar.
Yeah. The winner of this is going to go on to face Mana in a best of 9.
Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Cast Finland versus the U.S. on my channel this morning.
Oh.
From Nation Wars. Did you watch that one?
I think I caught some of it, and I was just disappointed that Neve didn't beat souL.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Protoss not beating souL. Join the club of Protoss not beating souL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, as an American, I was obviously
I watched
rooting
as
for
much
Neve
as
to do
Nation
well.
Wars as I could, but I was really busy during it.
And there was a ton, to be sure.
I didn't even watch the Canada games because Team Canada wasn't super impressive this year.
I mean, suppose. Really fun game with Scarlet and Haz, though, where Taiwan, Canada. Holy
You know what
smokes.
I just realized, though?
What's that?
Masa got his Canadian citizenship, so he can play the next Nation Wars.
Ooh, true fact. That's awesome.
And he can play in, like, all the WESGs and everything, and things like that. Just cool. Reaper moves in for souL.
Yep.
Doing the bunker block, which I love. The Marine moves across the map. I'm going to try this in one of my ladder games. And then I'm going to die because the Zerg's Roach Ravager rushing me.
The risk we all have to take.
Yep. Oh, speaking of Roach Ravager rushing, look at this. souL says, I'm going to block your third base. And Solar says, fine, I'm going to kill you. As he's making roaches. This is an early Roach Ravager rush. 6 roaches on the way. souL is scouting out with his Reaper. So he should, in theory, get a nice heads up that this attack is coming his way. Oh, no roach has been spotted yet. souL jumps up, sees the roaches, he knows. Is this Reaper even gonna get a drone or two? That would be nice, but yeah, souL gonna be all hands on deck here. He's just got to stop this roach rush. Building a bunker on the high ground. Needs to be making a Marine to put in that bunker. He's going to have his wall. He's going to have a Banshee on the way. Now, this is a very, very early rush. The souL needs to get some good damage done here. Hellion also chasing, diving on in, getting a few drones.
Yep, 2 drones, not too much.
This one Marine in the bunker, by the way, what a hero.
Is he gonna kill? He's gonna get that queen. Oh my gosh.
And to get the drone. What a god.
War hero. Send that man on some kind of tour.
Oh no.
Wait, hold on. We talked about this.
We did. We went through this yesterday with Clem.
We did. What is happening? Why would you not wall?
I mean, the Banshee, the Ravagers would have killed the supply depots, but it's a lot better than killing your SCVs. Oh well, souL moves to another base. He's got Hellions in the natural base of Solar. He's killed 8 drones. So really getting a lot of counter damage done there. Another Banshee on the way for souL. Looks like he will clean this up. With minimal losses. Solar's tech is pretty far behind here. He's firing up a lair now, but he doesn't really have a lot else to his name. souL is going to have double Cloak Banshees, which can potentially get some counter damage done. And then we'll see where the game's going to go from here. I mean, Solar's not in an awful position, but it's not great. It's not good. Overlord potentially going to die to this Marine as well. If souL kills that off, that would be nice. Solar really can't afford to be building anything extra at this point in the game. He's also making a few roaches for safety, but suddenly in comes the Banshees. Going to be using their cloak.
And the lair's not done yet. This is annoying stuff. Spore Crawler detection range is pretty good.
I'd love for the Banshees just to go for the 3rd.
A lot of time, but you know what? They've got it.
Yeah, like, it's tough.
The queens have to start marching over here. It's going to be a while.
Move the Banshee, though, souL. Do it.
Move around to the other side. No, no, no. Stay around. No, no,
oh,
no.
okay. He sees an Overseer.
Ah.
So Solar does have that lair done. 3rd CC on the way for souL. The game is definitely stabilizing here, and I mean, it's not terrible for Solar. He's on 55 drones. Hellions are going to dive on in here for souL. Got himself 2 drones, maybe another 1.
Yeah, a couple there,
4
nothing
drones.
major.
Probably worth it. Meanwhile, the Banshee's going to get another 3 there, but one of the Banshees died. Solar droning. Maybe sick of playing Ling Bane, so he is sticking with these roaches, getting roach speed. Polar Dog says hello, in which I say, hey there, buddy.
Polar Dog. He's one of your friends from the Frozen North.
Indeed.
My guess, anyway.
Any dog in the north is technically a polar dog.
A polar dog. Likely. Go Swarm Host. Swarm Host, Nidus, go. It's less APM intensive.
Yeah.
It's also not great.
Yeah. Oh boy. Let's take a look. souL getting up his 3rd base. He's producing his Biostim combat shield on the way. Would be good to see him make some Marauders, as he is facing off against a Roach composition here. Alright, we take a look. 1-1 upgrades halfway done for both players, so they'll be equal on that front. The Terran player going to be building up his bio count with double barracks on the way, giving himself that healthy 5 racks production, with double Liberator behind it as well. So souL realizing that he just wants to get his production up, as he is actually down a fair bit of supply, and as the bio player, having a healthy amount of supply before you fight Roach Ravager is very important. as the bioscale is a lot better than the Roach Ravager does.
Infinitely better. So much better.
souL's walls.
He doesn't have time to wall.
When he needs depots, he's just like, I'm gonna build depots.
I mean, he's winning the series, so no complaints from me.
This is
also,
true.
as a Zerg player, I'm fine with Ling access.
souL getting up another factory, potentially for more tank production. The Zerg army, though, is just building up here. However, these queens are going to get caught. That is going to be a little bit painful. The creep's going to be getting shut down there, and souL jettisons out with those units. Fourth bit is on the way for souL once again. This guy, he's an inspiration to us all.
He is. Everyone should play like this.
Yeah, Terran
like
for
souL.
years refused to build a fourth base. It was 3 CC or die trying.
Yeah.
And some Terrans still have that mindset, but clearly not souL. Which is great
I mean,
to
the
see.
trick is, yes, so good to see. The trick also is you have to keep pressure on the Zerg. You can't
Uh-huh.
just be like, I'm going to expand a million times.
No.
Let the Zerg do whatever they want. No, no, no. That will kill you. You definitely need to be out here doing this stuff. The Liberators, the Marine attacks. All this is required. Like,
Yeah.
you might be seeing this and being like, why? He's not getting a lot done. He has to do this or he dies.
Yes.
This is how Terran is.
And he's doing a marvelous job of keeping the pressure on his opponent at every step of the way. Dropping towards the natural now, going to clean up these wings. One of the medivacs gets abused by the Spore. Liberator comes back into setup as well. Just constant multi-prong harassment from souL. The Ravagers will deal with that. Oh no, they actually miss. Ouch. A few extra drones going to pay the price there. Oh, and he misses again. This Liberator... Oh, finally a queen was just like, fine, I'll do it.
Blessed life.
Double tank, double Liberator production on the way for souL. He's got the forward fourth base position here. It's going to help him have an anchor point. I'd love to see like a supply depot wall here next or something. Prevent the Zerg counterattacking up there, which is a possibility here. However, souL, he's built up a very, very strong army. Gonna have his double tank production, giving himself a very healthy count. More command centers. Yeah, as you said, 2-2.
Yeah. Yep. Armor and ship plating 1 on the way. Fibrick says solar plays without the flyer indicator. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's why he was missing. Why would you play without the flyer indicator?
I can't say.
Did he get that Banshee? If he got that Banshee, I take it all back. Nope. He tried.
There's one Banshee, by the way, just being such a pain. There you go. The Queens will get it, though. Another Liberator comes on in, though. Solar manages to hit that Liberator, though, and his own
another
Spore.
Liberator?
But look at this. souL just charges on in. Marine's going to get that. Most of them get out in the medivacs. Meanwhile, there's a drop to the bottom right. souL's drops are just nuts. As he's cutting up 17 drones here. This guy is insane with his multi-prong harassment. Meanwhile, the drop's going to resume here at the front. I'm willing to bet this hatchery up here won't go too long without being dropped on as well. So souL just pushing in everywhere. He's killed off this base here. He's potentially going to get it again. He gets the kill. Drop moving towards the main base. There's a Viper there, but that could actually be picked off. Throws down a parasite bomb and does save itself. souL with his plethora of CCs finishing up here. Floating 1 to the 5th base location.
But this was happened. Look, when any Zerg refuses to make a Spire against Terran, this happened. Terran is like, thank all that is holy. I can drop without having to worry about Corruptors and Mutas. Awesome.
Yeah.
This happens every time. I don't know what Solar's doing. I'm not telling him to go mass corrupt or anything, but like have some corruptors? No corruptors.
No, Solar definitely has the bank to build a Spire, so there is fully no reason he shouldn't get one.
I'm just telling you, Terrans everywhere rejoice when there's not a Spire. Now someone's getting started at 14 minutes, but So much damage has been done already.
Yep, and souL's going into that late game. 3 more CCs on the way. He likes to build them in 3s. Another drop moves out for souL. He's just so continuous with this. All the while he's building up a healthy tank and ghost count. Solar's going triple Spire, by the way. He says, "Fine, Falcon, I'm making up for it," as he builds 1 there, 1 there, or 2 in the main, and 1 at the third.
I hear you. Fine. I mean, that's Broodlords. There's no reason to make 3 Spires unless you're going Broodlords.
Yeah. You think he intended to do that, or you think he built 1 and then forgot about it? Sometimes players do that. Nice cancel there on that hatchery. souL, though, still is maintaining a healthy base count in this game. He's had hatcheries canceled and killed, but he's still on a healthy 5 base economy. Could be more, but definitely could be worse. 5 bases really is an acceptable amount for the Zerg. That tank cleans up those roaches that were counterattacking, and we are seeing souL's army value going to be shooting up this game.
Ooh, pathogen glands. Go, infestors, go.
That's good to see. I mean, the tank count does make the pathogen gland infestors a little bit worse. Probably why we are indeed seeing that greater Spire on the way with the 2-2 researching from the other Spires. Nuke's going to begin now. Overseer's and army ran right by that Ghost. Ghost finds a random Viper, snipes that off. Scan and a nuke goes down. I don't think this Ghost is long for the world, though. But souL just at this stage, which he's begun nuking, and he's probably not going to stop till the game is over. He's pushing across the center location here, sending in Liberators as well. Very comfortable as more CCs get thrown up. CCs for days.
High sec auto tracking is done. Love that upgrade.
Now,
how did he get a nuke way down here? Where did that guy come from?
he is
Did he get dropped?
a super special Ghost. He probably just wandered in and around.
That's insane.
Nothing stopping him. Oh!
Alright, hey, got a hit.
Drone's not bad. souL dropping as well, cleaning up creep. Trading out some of his Marines, it would seem. More nukes on the way, Marauders on the way. Building armor on the way, very important upgrade. Another nuke going down here. Is this one going to get abducted to cancel that? Oh, whoa! The nuke does land.
That is in the neighborhood of everything, but not close enough. Ghost escapes.
Liberator getting set on up. Nuke added on top of that, in case those drones thought their day was bad enough.
It's kind of weirdly overkill, though.
I mean,
Unless
he's just
the
at
drones
this
go
point,
back,
which
I
he's just
guess.
going to throw everything at his opponent.
Yeah, I guess. Not like a strategy of throw up Liberator and nuke at the same time.
Because his
just
economy
whatever.
is really darn good. His ghosts are going to get sniped off now. Pops a Corruptor. A lot of tanks out here for souL. There's no Broodlords yet either for the Zerg player. This is actually a big concern, the fact that there's no Broods here. Like, this is actually a tank count that requires a Broodlord response.
I mean, 7 infestors are on the way, which is good for everything but the tanks.
Yeah,
but yeah, the tanks are a problem.
There we go.
So 7
Broodlords
Broodlords in production. Yeah.
All the while, the Ravager counterattack going down. Sees souL building more and more CCs. Gonna be able to kill off one of those, which is nice. Maybe a second. That's a lot of resources he's getting from those. But souL also gonna be nuking all over the place here. Oh, up. Oh, close.
Woo! Was a close one. Fibrit calling game over. Fibrit has some thoughts.
Mana versus souL next. If you asked souL about that, he'd have something to say. And seeing as how he did get out these Broodlords and Infestors with them this time.
Ta-da! Did lose a hatch, which is a problem, but he has like 7 others.
Yeah,
So.
the magic composition, Broodlord Infestor. Not
Broodlord
as good as it
Infestor,
once
what
was,
year is
but
it?
Still as good versus Bio, pretty much. Seeing as how
Broodlord
Infestor
Yeah. Wings of Liberty style here, folks. Oh, here it is. Here's the thing. Oh, hang on. Never mind. Are we engaging? Where are the infestors? They're coming in.
Oh, soul's gotta be careful.
All right, all right. Smartly moving back there.
soul does have that enhanced shockwave, so EMPing the infestors is an option for him.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, man.
That's what the drones were saying.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Nukes
Put
for
the
days.
hammer down.
Fire in the hole. One of those nukes gets off,
does land.
kills a spore. So 3 ghosts, 3 nukes for a spore. That's not the kind of trade we want to see from soul. However, he's still got himself a nice resources lost lead. He's still denying Solar's bases. So, you know, he can afford to do that. All the while, he's as long as he's keeping the Zerg down. Another nuke getting called on in. Solar kind of just afraid, just really sitting back here. That nuke gonna connect with that hatchery. These siege tanks do have to back up though. The Broodlords do have that potential to push the Terran around until the Terran is able to get a proper engagement. And this is why we're just seeing soul just pressure everywhere but where the Broodlords are.
Little Marine Marauder balls trying to find some damage here, chasing the Ultralisks back.
Broodlords will come in though in order to repel this. Oh!
Wow, or Banelings will handle it, whatever.
Yeah,
That's
Bio
fine.
gets wiped there. Not an efficient trade. Soul also trying to build more CCs here, but they are getting cancelled. There's 1 Ravager and 1 drone. Soul going to be trying to secure up this location here. Probably going to be able to do so. He's got himself a very nice Viking count at this point. A little bit of a surprise for Solar. Solar has the Infestors, though, which are classically good against Viking balls. Am I hearing a ghost somewhere? Where is that ghost?
Yes, you are.
It's gone
Stop
quiet. Oh,
shooting.
there it is.
Wow, camouflage is good on those guys.
Vikings getting Broodlords, though. Oh, looks like the Vikings will get caught, so probably an equal trade there, but once again, equal trades at this stage of the game are good for Soul. We take a look at Solar's bank. He's pretty much out of gas. Building the very gas-heavy Infestors, the very gas-heavy Broodlords, starting to catch up with him a little bit. So Soul wants to keep the pressure on his opponent, keep his economy down. Looks like a Spore gonna go down for a nuke. We'll open up the base for more potential nukes, though.
All right, new game. How many ghosts have died in this game?
9?
16. A lot of dead ghosts.
How many?
Doing work.
Yeah, I mean, the nukes have been getting used positionally.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish there was a way to track how many nukes had been launched and landed and stuff, but nope,
Yeah.
none of that.
You have to look it up after the game on, like, SC2 replay stats or something.
Yeah.
A lot of ghosts here, a lot of Infestors, though, but I mean, the ghosts do have that enhanced shockwave, so their EMP is better. This one Ravager also being a pain.
Trying to get a refinery.
Sensor tower gets thrown on up. EMP hits some of the Infestors. A lot more Liberators on the way. So Solar, this game, unlike any of the others before, has actually built pretty much the best Zerg army that you can get. With all the spellcasters, with the Broodlords, with the Infestors, and he's playing the passive game, which is something scary to do versus someone who's well-versed in this, like soul. However, he's given it. It's all EMPs are landing, but the Broodlord Infestor is able to zone out the Terran for the most part. Viper gets shot down.
Yeah, this is what it's for. Broodlord Infestor is not for defense, it's for offense. He needs to set up siege on one of these bases. Playing defense is not working. They're just too slow to respond to threats. They're there to siege something.
Their presence can be very defensive, but you do have to make sure you're defending everywhere else as well, with other units. Nuke getting called on in. Solar frantically looking where that red dot is.
Found it.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was close.
Okay. Another nuke getting called on in. SCVs for souL starting to run on in, saying, I don't need this supply as I've got mule money. Which he definitely
canceled
does.
that nuke.
Did he?
Yeah. He didn't die. That got canceled. Weird.
Alright, souL set up a lot of turrets here to try and defend this location. He's getting his tank set up, EMPs, hitting the Broodlords, Vikings as well, trying to make this dance happen, and it is happening. The longer this position goes on, though, even if souL just holds these bases, this is absolutely fine for him. He's got this base down here at the bottom right. He should be muling that on every occasion that he gets, as any money mined from that is money souL will not have access to this game. Really just focused on this main dance here, though. The Ghosts trading out versus the Broodlord Infestors. So far, souL seems to be trading pretty darn well. The Ghosts actually stepping forward versus the Infestors, but he realizes there isn't really any fungal left thanks to the EMP. And souL gets off some snipes.
That's the important stuff.
There we go. There's the mules.
Get that base down. EMP, the Infestors, and snipe down the Broodlord. Step 1, step 2. Oh,
Pause play happening from souL. A very tense moment. And this game is still going on here. Alright, souL says resume play.
souL's bank looking pretty healthy. 5,000, 2,000 there. Versus a 2,200 for Solar. Really gas starved right now.
And we're back off to the races. Oh, this is such a fantastic TvZ series that we have here. My favorite kind of TvZ, and we are seeing these two players play it out. Liberators getting set on up here. Vikings moving forward for any pickoffs they can get. Fungal Growth catching a lot of them, though. That is not cost efficient for souL at all. However, he's confident enough that he can keep taking trades like that. Get some snipes off as well. Looks like he's also killing some drones somewhere, too. Down in the bottom right-hand side of the map. souL securing this base is not something that Solar's comfortable with. Looks like the Planetary should survive, though. souL can drop mules and repair that if he so chooses, but he's really focused on this main fight here at the front. Both players dropping in supply. The Ghost counts stand alright, while most of the Vikings are gone for souL. The Infestors are low on energy. And that does get cleared out.
Oh, the Ghosts are getting them off.
Yeah, oh gosh, so many snipes going off on Solar's army. Infestors not in time to
There we
cancel
go.
most of those snipes. The damage has already been done.
Broodlord's in range.
That's it.
Ah!
GG.